So a very warm welcome. Hello, I'm Nicola Graham. I'm the Education and Wellbeing Programme Coordinator at Multiple Sclerosis Limited, and I'm delighted to be your MC for the day. So on behalf of Multiple Sclerosis Limited and Hunter New England Local Health District, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to everybody here for our symposium on World MS Day. So we've got about 110, 120 people here in the room today, which is fantastic. And we're also live streaming, so a big wave to everybody out there all around Australia who are also joining us today. We've got a fantastic programme, and I know all of you have picked up a programme from the front. So we've got a great programme for you today. We've got fantastic speakers who I know are going to inspire you and give you invaluable information, tips and strategies. So today is all about educating, inspiring, connecting and equipping you with strategies to help you live well with MS. Today's your day. So to achieve this, along with the presenters, we've got a team of fantastic staff here, most of whom you've met. And I'm just going to introduce a few of them at a time during the day, so it's not too overwhelming. So I'd like to point out the NDIS staff. Is Robin Lang here? There she is. So there's Robin, part of the NDIS team. And if you want to make appointments or chat about NDIS, then if you can go to the NDIS team, that's fantastic. We've also got an amazing team of volunteers who are your helpers for the day. So if there's anything you want, they're in the beautiful red T-shirts mostly. If you can give a wave to the volunteers there, they're your guys for the day. I'd really like to point out the lady with the stash of cash, and that's Amanda. And if you do need to get reimbursement for your parking, please see Amanda and she will do that. If you've parked in the hotel, then that's already sorted, okay? We've also got Lorna from marketing. If you want to share any stories, then Lorna's there if you're comfortable to do that. And thanks, Lorna. And as you know, we've got resource tables as well with various information for you to browse. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping points. I think I've covered the parking and the lady with the stash, so that's great. We've got toilets are close by. We've also got another accessible toilet in a hotel, in the room in the hotel, 013. It's right by the swimming pool. And again, our volunteers will point you to that other additional toilet. The programme... Yeah, thank you, Tom. The programme timetable is up here as well. And again, I know you've all got a copy. And we want to also strongly acknowledge the wisdom in this room today. You live with MS, you're the experts, and we've got a wellness wall at the back with some large post-it notes and markers, and I'd love you to pop down your tips, your wisdom, your pearls of wisdom would be fantastic. So if you can add to that during your breaks, that would be great to share that. And I'm sure we'll get some priceless quotes that we might be able to incorporate into our day. Also, for the people who are live streaming, if you'd like to contribute, if you email education@ms.org.au, then we can add your contribution as well, which would be great. So, the global theme for this year's World MS Day is My Invisible MS, highlighting the invisible symptoms of MS, which I know you all know well: fatigue, pain, spasticity, blurred vision, continence issues, brain fog, to name just a few. And everybody's journey with MS is individual, everybody's symptom picture is different. However, we want to stress that although many of your symptoms are invisible, you are visible to all of us. You are visible to Multiple Sclerosis Limited. You are visible to all the staff and clinicians at Hunter New England Local Health District. You are visible to your loved ones, family and friends and to the wider MS community. And on that note, I would like to invite Uncle Bill to do our welcome to country. Yes, please come and grab a seat. There's plenty of seats available. Okay. Uncle Bill would like me to run through some photographs initially to give you a sense of some of the work that he does. And I think Uncle Bill is very photogenic. I think you would agree.
What's that?
That you're good looking.
Yama, Yama, Maraba. Can you say Yama, Yama, Maraba? That's hello, how are you? And it's good to be here. And I'm very honoured and proud to be here to welcome to our land, our country. I'm very honoured as a descendant of the whole unique race of people in this land. We used to call Barawaja, very sacred, very big, covered with and surrounded with pretty blue waters. We all now call Australian call home. So I welcome you to this land on behalf of our people, and that you have a very positive and constructive meeting. And as I was told, I was reared up and brought up amongst our people, respect oneself, respect other people, speak to people the same way as you want to be spoken to yourself, and treat them the same way. And that way we can walk hand in hand throughout this land, this country, without losing your place of belongings, or your birthrights, or your place of origin. So our children and children, immaterial race, colour, or creed, can walk hand in hand. And we, as adults and community organisers, or whatever may be, adults have responsibility to set that pathway and that track in place for the younger generations, because they're our next leaders. That's our responsibility. But just stepping back a bit, also my father said, son, follow your dream, follow your vision. Climb that mountain, fly that eagle. Don't let people pull you back or stop you. Remain friends, but set that example for other people to follow. And you've done that. You're passionate about what you're about, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And also, we had a very unique, stable and structure in place, governed under our law, LRE, governed by our elders, the whole women folk and old men, like you women folk in RE, looked after the younger girls and taught them how to hunt, how to gather, and what fruits and what berries that could be edible, and also the various healing plants to heal, and spiritually as well. So we had that association with the earth, our mother, because she holds everything in the belly of the waterways, the mountains, the oceans, the rivers, and all living things. Because if one is in harmony with oneself, you're spiritually connected to everything, because everything has a spirit. And don't let me say that we didn't manage this country, because when we came down to the mountains for a change of fresh water, diet to salt water, tucker and diets, we stick fired and petrified, burnt off. And when we come down here, amongst the salt water, tucker, food, oysters, abalone, pippies, saltwater fish, you name them, mud crabs, blue swimmers, lobsters. We didn't pollute the environment, our mother. We stacked them, and if everyone heard what they call them today, middens, that's living proof that we didn't pollute the environment or contaminate the waterways, because that was, everything was there for us. That's why we lived a long, long life. Because the flora and fauna gave us a very healthy, unique diet, very nutritious. We just went out there and got it, eh? Not like today. You got to go to chemist and goodness knows what. But technology's moved on, eh? You got to move with it. And we had all the food and the fresh food too. Today you got to go to Woolworths to buy it. Because the earth, our mother's been contaminated. Waterways been polluted. Rivers are run dry. And the fish can't move out of the ocean back out in the fresh waters for birthing or breeding. Neither can the sharks to cleanse themselves, because those waterways are disconnected and damaged. But today is about people, immaterial race, colour, creed, denomination. Today is about people that may have a disadvantage. That's all right. But when you have a disability, it's our responsibility and people's responsibility in this country to make sure that they have a quality of life equal to anyone else, if not better. And to nurture and care for our people with disabilities, one must look after oneself first before you look after oneself or someone else. So therefore, to the carers, I commend you. But remember, look after yourself. And remember to stop, sit, be still, and listen to your patient or your client. Let them work through. You just stop there and sit and listen. Let them tell you their walk, their tracks, and the things that's affecting them in life. Once you do that, you'll find a gut to the problem. And then you'll know what resources and who the people you need to bring in and that's qualified. Because they have the same quality of life that we or anyone has. And my father said, keep that fire burning in your belly, son. Keep that purpose. Don't let it go out. Throw another log on. So you're on fire and you have a purpose and you're passionate about the roles and functions that you walk and you play. Fulfill it to the best of your ability. But always stop, sit and be still and listen. Then you'll find your answer. Then you can pull your resources in the various people you need. So I just want to share with you, my brother and I've got to watch out for that time out to let me know. Because when I start talking about culture, I got 2 minutes. Amen. Praise God. Hallelujah. Old butterfly, go you by me. I got 2 minutes. That's good. You can run 2 more than 2 minutes if you've got a good horse under you. But the thing is, we as people must learn to walk together and set examples for all people, material, race, colour and creed. So I'm going to ask you to do something within this 2 minutes. Can you turn around to the person next to you and shake their hand and say, g'day, hi, hello? Just turn around to the person next to you and shake hands and say, hi, hello. G'day. Maraba. The reason why, and I'll just tell you something that happened to this fellow, right? I'm at an international health meeting in Canberra. I get up early, 4 o'clock in the morning, go for a walk, get that fresh air. My father said, get the first fresh air before they're polluted with these darn cars and whatever they got. So I get up that time, and still get up that time before the air is polluted. And I'm down in Canberra, a little parkland, and there's a big old white gum tree, Nicola. Guess what happened? This black fella's hugging it, eh? And here's this city slicker, excuse the expression, in his suit and tie and what do you call it, the briefcase, strutting along the street. I said, hey, hello there, mate, how are you going? Yama, maraba. He stopped his tracks as if I hit him with a stick. He came back, he said, I've been knowing this place, walking this track for 11 years, and no one's ever stopped to say g'day. He said, why was you hugging that tree? give me energy, give me strength, because I'm going to a meeting. Because what it gives us, we give back. Life. Right? And I'm getting the first morning air. And this fellow's giving it to me. So anyhow, I've got about half a minute, eh? So anyhow, why I meant that is there could be someone that needs a little g'day, hello, or hi, how are you? Rather than just walking past them, because you may save them from jumping into the lake or the ocean or off a cliff. Because when someone says that, it gives them hope to know that people care and there's a chance in life for them. So I think time's up. So I'd like you to stand, ones can't stand, and all those other fellas, men and women, that's going to be seated. I just want the ones that can stand. Then I'm going to ask you to do something, because I think my time's pretty close. Hey, and someone's watching me here too. And that's good, 3. Now, you may have done it, you may not, but I'm going to ask you to do something, and I mean it very sincerely, from the bottom of my heart and my gut spiritual feelings. And my knowledge has been handed down for thousands of years. Turn around to the person next to you, give them a hug and say, I love you. Love you. Good. You can be seated now. And I just want to share with you, I don't want to hold this meeting up. Like, when I start talking, it's timeless. But I can lay a mile of track to the second until when the last bolt was going or the last dog spike. Because we built our own blending plant for BHP. We built a cover loader here in Port Waratah. We've done a major part of the Grenfell disaster, but never mind. The reason I asked you to do that, we brought Aboriginal law back in place here for the first time in 150 years, recorded by the Newcastle University. And these old people up north and up west heard about us fellas, eh? So they sent these rumpers, young fellas down here, about 16, 17. Good ones, those boys, because hadn't been through the rules and our law. And they had them out for about 3 or 4 days, starved them all that time, eh? All they could do is drink water, but I can't tell you why. That's our business. Anyhow, when it's time to, take them and let them go home. But first, I had them on a very significant rock, about 3 times the diameter of this room, with all images there. It goes back thousands and thousands of years that we pay millions of dollars down here to learn about. Right? So I got them there early hours of the morning when the fog and the dew and the mist is around. And these little peaks are sticking up like that. You think they're highlands, but when Yarra comes, the sun, and shines, it's just little hills. Hey. So I had them at that hour, and I said to these 17 young men, and my father said, watch what you're saying, how you say it, and who you say it to, because it'll bounce back at you. Just like throwing a pebble in a little water hole. Ripples get the bank and come back. Your voice is out there. So watch what you're saying, who you say it to, and how you say it. So I said, hey, you young fellas, get in a circle. Stand in a circle. Hold hands. Let your spirit flow. Let it touch one where one may be a bit down, the other spirit will come through and strengthen you. But you're one now in the circle of life. This moment is the most sacred moment of your times. Not the one behind you, not the one in front of you, but right now. This meeting, this moment is very sacred. And it's up to you to make it happen. So I told those young men to turn around and hug the man next to them and say, I love you, don't think you're less of a man, you're more of a man if you do it. So to cut a long story short, my son's taken them back, because they've been through the rules, been through our law, to give them some tucker, because out of respect, we starved them for a reason and purpose. And I'm walking back, and this group sung out, hey, old fella, come back here. I turn around, you fellas not singing out to me, are you? They said, yeah, well, it's not too much old fella, well, I come back. So when I got back there, this fella's crying. Big man like yourself. right? Crying like a child. He couldn't speak. So this old bear pie fella, he's gone now. Old Blewonski fellas, this there. But you know what happened to him? When you said turn around to the man next to you and hug him and say I love you, guess who hugged who? Father and son for the first time in 10 years, crying out loud. Don't let that happen. And you know what? And who he was? He was head of a juvenile justice in New South Wales. So come on, whatever role you're playing, remember, respect yourself, look after yourself, and that goes double to who you may be caring for. And you carers, keep it up. And to all the people here today and organisations and the organisers, I take my hat off. I left that on, but I'm invisibly taken off, and we're today sitting around invisible fire. Because fire is just not about for warming and healing and boiling the belly, it's for healing. But it opens up the yarns where your journey begins and where it started. And today, don't be afraid to ask one another, talk to one another, share with one another, so you can achieve what you want to achieve for the future of people with disadvantages and disabilities and all peoples. Thank you. Maraba, Yama. Take care and have a great day. And I never saw that sign, time out.
Wow, there's a lot of wisdom there. It'll take a while for all that to assimilate, I think. I'd like to now introduce the CEO of MSL Limited, Mr. John Blewonski, somebody who's spent the last few months listening intently to the MS community.
And can I just say, despite appearances, I wasn't the man in Canberra while Bill was hugging trees. But Bill, thank you for your welcome to your country. It is certainly a beautiful part of the world, and we acknowledge you as an elder, elders past and those present who may be with us today. I actually needed a hug this morning because after Nicola's introduction, I've had a week where I've been at MS events and I followed a series of speakers. On Saturday night I was in Hobart at a fundraiser and I followed what the MC described as an amazing group of scientists who were doing work in the field of MS. And, oh, I was a bit awestruck by that. The MC then went on to introduce a group of amazing Tasmanian women who brought this event together. And then she got to me. And I was neither an amazing scientist nor an amazing Tasmanian woman. And today, I'm neither an amazing member of the NDIS team, an amazing volunteer, nor do I have a stash of cash. So the hug was very, very timely. But can I particularly welcome you all here today, and it's great to be amongst a group of friends, who share a common interest. And I think Bill's words of passion, fire and purpose resonate when we come together at an event like this, because we all share those elements in our interest in the topic today. A particular welcome to Professor Jeanette Lechner-Scott and also Jane Gray for your attendance. We're really looking forward to hearing from you today. Clearly MS has supported and funded this symposium because we believe in the importance of coming together, as I've said. Today, as World MS Day, is the day that the global MS community comes together to share their experience of working and living with MS. As Nicola has said, the theme we have chosen for this year's MS Day is My Invisible MS, to try and highlight those symptoms that people, such as many of you in the audience, live with every day. Incredible people, because when you think about it, what people with MS can and do achieve despite the symptoms that Nicola talked about earlier is quite incredible. Today is an opportunity to talk about these invisible symptoms and the disease as a whole. We'll also be sharing the symposium, as we've heard, with the world, as part of our live stream on the YouTube channel. One of the things that we hope to achieve from today is that in presenting this symposium, that not only ourselves but people in the wider world come to better understand MS. I'm really pleased, and I've been talking to a number of radio stations about our launch today of the MS Sisterhood. And we know that the incidence of MS amongst women is significant, 3 to 1 in fact. So it's great that the MS Sisterhood, with its hashtag MS Sisterhood, and I'm learning about all these high-tech, wonderful social media forums, but it's a great opportunity for women in particular to share their experience with others about living with the disease. It might inspire me to actually get a Facebook page. Many of our MS ambassadors are in the audience today. We've also got MS ambassadors out at all of our local communities in which MSL works, and it's fantastic that they have an opportunity to highlight and share their experience of living with MS, and moreover helping people to understand more of the disease. As I said, there has been and will continue to be some significant media coverage, which is a great thing, so I'd ask you to look out for that. As I said, the point of coming together today is to share learnings, research and how people are living with MS and how to deal with those symptoms like fatigue and cognition and weakness. The journey for people, fortunately, living with MS is changing through advancements in research and medicine, improved diagnostic tools, the diagnostic criteria and general advancements in healthcare. So there are positives there for us all to look to. And we're giving people with MS much greater hope in terms of the trajectory of the disease. I'm looking forward, as I said, to... I've got a time thing now, Bill. I'm looking forward to hearing from our keynote speaker. I'm not going to go over, you know. Around the causes of MS and the latest research work. And I'm also looking forward to hearing from our erstwhile MC, Nicola Graham, around aspects of fatigue management. And we're also going to look at cognitive function, and we'll welcome Dr. Luke Smith presenting on the changes, cognitive changes in multiple sclerosis. And finally, Nicola Postel will be teaching us about the use of robotic exoskeletons as part of neurorehabilitation and improving mobility. So that sounds terrific. As I said, MSL is very pleased to be hosting today's forum, and also I think it fulfills our mantra of ensuring that people do not have to face MS alone. You know that we offer a broad range of support services to help people live their lives with MS, and we'll hear about those through the day. We're not just about NDS, as fantastic as that team is. We offer lots and lots of services. We believe strongly that in bringing people together at forums like this, we can offer some practical strategies to help everyone living with MS. It's my great pleasure now to hand over to Jan Gray.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, Uncle Bill, thank you so much for the warm welcome to Awabakal country. I'm a proud dweller in Awabakal land, and I really pay my respects to you, to all elders past, present and future. And thank you for your people taking such beautiful care of our environment, and also your warm words about loving each other and listening to each other. I think that's wisdom that is a really beautiful way to start today, so thank you. I'm here representing my Chief Executive, Michael ENSO, from Hunter, New England Local Health District. Michael's on a well-deserved break today, but he has particular regard for Professor Lechner-Scott and the important work that she and her team do around multiple sclerosis, so he asked me just to say a few words on his behalf. And the first thing I know he would want me to do, John, is to thank you and MS Limited for your support of today. I know he would be overjoyed to see so many members of the community here. He loves events that bring community and health professionals together. So I think today is a really special day. Because I'm the Executive Director of Research, I wanted to just make a couple of very brief comments about the research into multiple sclerosis that's happening here in the Hunter. and how proud we are of it. And I thank those of you who are involved in any way in this research. But there's probably 3 reasons why we're so proud of the research that's happening here. The first one, and the foremost one, is because it's meeting a need in our community. There are too many people being diagnosed with MS, and I know that Jeanette and her colleagues see over 1,000 patients in the clinic, so that's too many, and it's an important health priority in our local region, so we really want to support research that can make things better for patients and their families. The second is that the work of the team here is an incredible example of the kind of partnership that we need to see more of in research. So we have clinicians from the local health district working with University of Newcastle colleagues and also HMRI. So there's this incredible local partnership that means that local breakthroughs or increases in knowledge can be quickly translated into practice, quickly bring benefit to patients and families. And that's the kind of partnership in research we're really trying to foster. We don't want the breakthroughs happening this year and then they're getting translated into practice in 5 years' time. We want it to happen really fast. So your work here is a beautiful example of that. And finally, another reason we're so proud of the local team here, and this is important for those on streaming, is that the research team based here in Newcastle is part of a really rich national and international network. I think Jeanette's history from Germany has been a good springboard for that. But your network goes really far and wide, and it means that local people here get to be part of incredible clinical trials and exposed to all kinds of knowledge that's generated in other parts of this extraordinary international network of researchers. So for that, we say thank you. I would like to really, again, acknowledge those of you who have agreed to be part of any kind of research into MS. I think it's an act of generosity. It hopefully will bring benefit to you personally and quickly, but if not, it will certainly bring benefit to others in the future. So I really commend you and thank you for agreeing to be part of any trials or research programs that you may have agreed to. So I really wish all of you a happy, productive day, and I'd like you to keep Uncle Bill's message in mind to really speak to each other, share with each other, be kind to each other, because I can feel a sense of community in this room, and I think it's something we need to maintain throughout the day. So may you all be well, may you all be happy. Thank you.